All right, everybody, welcome to the Go Team Coach Call, the weekly occurrence that is hopefully motivational, inspirational, educational, all in one little happy package, which is great. So welcome to you all. I want to just do that quick reminder up front that really when we do get together like this, it's such one of those critical things where I think when people spend some time just talking about the good things, the frustrating things, because let's just face it, sometimes it's not all up and to the right. And so we need that support in order to keep each other on track and to help keep each other motivated, inspired, and just remembering why we do what we do. And really that's just to ultimately help people achieve their goals and live healthy, fulfilling lives. And the more we can be that regular gathering together, that's why I think these calls are so important. So I want to quickly talk through our process sort of a thing here. It's been a while since I've had this at the top of the group. I'll probably put it back up. It's been a while. But guys, it's basically this. This business is really not that crazy complicated. And I think a lot of people, we tend to think of all the parts and pieces. And it's so the actual business itself is not complicated. Now, there are a lot of moving parts and pieces that can make it seem complicated, but really it's pretty much about this. And it starts at that top right side of this little circle here, where it's hitting Success Club. If you don't know what Success Club is, make sure you do take our 5-day Rock the Basics training. Ultimately, you're helping customers each month, but hitting Success Club each month, okay? Minimally trying to help 3 people to 5 people each month connect with our solutions. And when you hit Success Club, then you help them, you see the little arrow on the side where it says challenge groups, and you help them be part of challenge groups. And when you've got them in that challenge environment, it's just like this coach call here is where they're in that social environment where people are seeing other people traveling in the same direction. They tend to stick with it more, okay? They tend to stay on track. And that's why challenge groups, I think, is a really unique part of our overall equation for doing things. Because let's face it, there's a lot of shakes and diets out there, and there's a lot of exercise solutions out there. But when you put it together with a great, fantastic nutritional shake with meal planning, and of course, great workouts that you put all together, and then you put that in a support system with a coach, that's where the magic happens, guys. And that's what we do here each month. And then from those challenge groups, ultimately, you're recruiting potential coaches. And it's not, guys, just so you know, you can set the bar real low and go, you know what? You can save you can save about $20 a month on your Shakeology. And that's like the setting the bar as high as it goes for somebody. Well, it's like, I know you're so busy, but we're just gonna save you $20 in Shakeology. When in fact, we prejudge a person's desire, maybe even their satisfaction with their job, maybe even satisfaction with the new challenge in life. Instead of going, well, hey, you want to come join with me in this, and help others get healthy and fit? That could be really cool. Let's do this together. I'd love to build this with you. I love your personality. I think we could really make an impact on this world. Let's do it. And that's where, I think that's just a cool thing. And that's how you recruit potential business builders versus quote unquote what we call discount coaches, which are not. It's fine to have discount coaches, and that's part of building the business. But it's why set the bar low? Set the bar higher, and then if they do end up saying, yeah, I'm just going to be a discount, that's fine. But at least let them know that this possibility is out there, right? And then as you recruit coaches, helping them to ultimately hit Success Club. And that's really equipping them with the tools that they need. So with our Coach 5-Day Basics, helping them see understanding scripting and understanding the interview process. So we're not, ultimately just selling stuff. We're actually putting ourselves in the advocacy role. Great stuff. And then once we hit Success Club, that's that Coach Basics you see on the side here, and then we repeat. And then that's them hitting Success Club, and they recruit coaches, and then they help others hit Success Club, and it just kind of keeps spinning and spinning and spinning, and that's how we make a really big impact. And here's the thing, guys. I just want to give you all this specifically from my heart to you. I could have, back in the day, said, you know what? I'm pretty decent at helping people. I'm just going to let it be me. And I'm going to be, and it's we're almost like we put ourselves in the helper counselor mode, like, come to me, all people who are struggling with nutrition. I will help you. You know what I mean? Like, we're sort of like put ourselves out in that guru spot where, like, I will help you, but really, you can't handle this. It's too tough. right? And then we end up missing out on opportunities to really spread this out and like be a light into our world, really offer this help and hope to so many people. And honestly, some of you guys right here on this call are some of the benefits of, I'm not bragging on myself here, but just me sharing that opportunity where it spreads out to others, and then y'all ask somebody, and then they ask somebody, and then it turns into this really cool thing. So that's kind of the process. I just wanted to make sure that we understand that it's not easy necessarily to do, but it's really not all that crazy complex, okay? There's a lot of, like I said, moving parts and pieces, but that's kind of how it rolls. Okay, do a little recognition up front here from last month because we didn't have a call last week. And wanted to let everybody know. So congrats to, we had Stephanie and myself, part of the Success Club 10 group, which is 5 Lives Change Club. And both of us, which is kind of fun, at Beach Karate Coach Summit, qualified for there's a party. And I don't even know the name of the party. There's some kind of party that we're going to, which is going to be fun at Summit. So we get to do that. And we might be, just so you know, we might be inviting a guest each, because we each get a guest. And I think Steph and I are going to be talking about how to, help our team ultimately. So those of you guys who are going to Summit down in New Orleans, we might go, oh, hey, you want to come along? And we might do a little contest to potentially help people get to be at that party. Okay. 3 Lives Club, we had Kelsey, almost made Success Club 10, and Claire. And then we got 1 Life Club, we had TJ and Jen. So good job there. Now, Andy, I don't know if you landed on that, what month, so I didn't get that report from you. So just will let me know on that for future, and we'll make sure we do. I think it was this, Rob, I'm not sure when Robin signed up, but we'll have to kind of check that all out. But anyway, so you could be on that list. And are you on that list, I guess I should say? Andy, thumbs up, or you should be, probably. I can't hear you, dear. I'll unmute you. There.
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
I gotcha.
I don't know if I'm on that list or not. I think usually I just send you a message.
Yeah. No, you're not on the list. So I do need a message from you.
Okay.
So if you did make it, I would just say congrats if you did, or if it was from points from before. Anyway, good stuff. All right, well, I'm going to head us back to a little bit of, hey, Kate, how are you? Hold on a minute. Yep, there we go. So a little bit of PD, a little personal development. Guys, I have been digging these. So you guys remember Tony Robbins? Okay, Tony Robbins, like motivational dude. And sometimes people go, oh, that guy, he's just full of it. And I've been just watching some of his stuff. I'll tell you what, he's the deal. He really is the deal. He is a real deal. He's so intuitive about the psychology of helping people kind of break through. And you can go, it's kind of hypey, kind of a deal. I think there's some real substance to some of what he's going to talk about. So I'm going to just play about a 4-minute little clip of a talk that he gave here, and I think it might be really, really helpful for us as we kind of go through this month, as we start the month of June. All right, so I'm going to switch screens. Stop the share, and hold on. The visual really doesn't matter because it's just like this, like stars that are on, and so it's really more of an audio listen. So everybody listen in. Stop the share, and we're going to go to this share. Boom, bada, bing. Here we go. All right. Play about 4 minutes of this. Focus your mind, change your reality. Here we go. Let me know if you give me a thumbs up if you can hear it. Here we go.
How to shift it, how to influence it. And if my mom had been the mother I'd hoped she'd been, I wouldn't be the man I am today, which I'm proud to be. So the universe has a unique way of guiding you if you pay attention to resources. And I became resourceful out of pretty much a necessity. Today, I just hate to see people suffer, and I love to see people lit up. And most people settle for far less than who they are capable of being, and who I think they really are in their heart and their soul. And so I bring people strategies and tools to improve their body, their emotions, their relationships, their finances, the areas of life that I think matter most.
Let's unpack that a little bit. So where are you seeing people suffering today?
everywhere. There's all kinds of suffering, right? I don't think most achievers, I perceive you to be an achiever, I certainly am, we would never say we suffer. You get stressed, right? And you get a little frustrated at times. But if I follow the trail of your stress, it'll take me to your deepest fears. And I always believe that life is the dance between what you desire most and what you fear most. That's where people play. And so I like to dig underneath and find that. So you see people suffering, like billionaire clients will call me up and want me to help them with some business aspect. And I kind of see myself as a Trojan horse. I was telling you off camera. I go in there to give people what they say they want, but then I deliver what they really need. And what we all need is a life that's more meaningful, a life that's more fulfilling.
What do they say what they want?
Well, they'll say, I want to take this division to another level, or it's an athlete and they're melting down. I got to turn Serena Williams down right now. What am I going to do? Or you also see people suffering over the littlest stuff. I mean, we live in a world where 50% of the planet lives on $2.50 a day, $900 a year. And most people worry about their finances. And I think we want to do well in that area. I've put focus on how to help people in that area. But to suffer is just to miss the beauty of this moment, miss the beauty of your life. And I'm obsessed with, if I can't find ecstasy in this moment here with you, Brian, as weird as that may sound, if I can't enjoy this moment thoroughly, more accolades, more economics, more business, more whatever is not going to make your life any better. But if you can enjoy each moment and you can let go of what the brain does when it starts to make up all these stories that you're stressing yourself out about, then if there's a problem, you'll handle that problem from a different place, as opposed to trying to handle the problem from feeling weak or tired or exhausted or stressed or pissed off or whatever the case may be.
Well, it's easier.
Now, so guys, I had to say this particularly because right now, my challenge group that just started today, we're studying a book called Present Over Perfect. And guys, it's a lot of what he's talking about here is just this sense of when, and I don't even know if you can, the power of the mind. I was just earlier tonight, had this moment, and I'll just, I don't know if you ever do this as a parent. You ever go to like worst case scenario mode? As a parent, anybody? So my kids are driving now, right? And actually both kids are driving. They're going to go to Starbucks tonight. The older one, and it's so sweet to see because my 18-year-old's she's graduated. She'll be going off to college in the fall. So I think there's a lot of this happening right now. Hey, we're still sisters, hanging on time, which I love seeing. It's really, really great. But they're going, to Starbucks tonight just for a little fun. And worst case scenario in my head, they get into some kind of a car crash and, whatever, right? That's the worst. Moms, I know you guys do that all the time because my wife does it too. But it was so I could almost the tangible nature of that and the power of my mind's ability to take me there emotionally to that place. Would you all agree that it's something even though it wasn't real, it can seem really, really real, right? Can you all agree with me on that? So I would say to this, and that's where in the word, the power of the mind when it relates to, especially, and you think about this, and he gets into this a little bit more. I'm actually not going to go on much further because I want to get to our other topic. But just the sense that as we are, our bodies, our nervous systems were wired from ancient of days, okay, to be kind of fight or flight people. There's this wiring that there is a giant bear coming after me. I'm either gonna have to fight this thing or I'm gonna have to run. There's that that instinctual side to us that's deep. And since we don't fight bears too often, most of us don't, there are other things that we have to fight. And that's so it's financial future. Worry if somebody's going to like me. Worry if I'm going to be accepted. Whatever those things are. And when it comes to this business that we're being a part of, there are very real mental obstacles that we need to be able to be getting over, which is why it's so critical, guys. I'm just going to beg you to do some form of personal development every day. You can't not do it and expect that you're going to move things forward for yourself. Okay. And really just live out, for some of you, just literally God's purpose in this for you, okay, is going to be tied to some of, okay, I'm going to get scriptural on here for a second. Forgive me if that is an issue for you, but that's how I roll. You guys know me by now, a lot of you. But it's the whole idea of being transformed by the renewing of your mind. Okay, being transformed by the renewing of your mind, and that's Romans 12. And I just wanted to. So for me, the more I can have my mind in a place where it's being transformed on a daily basis. Okay, and that can be some direct stuff. Like it's up to you guys how you do that. For me, it's like some scriptural stuff is great for that. But I also read outside of that. Okay, because I think that all truth can be God's truth. And when I pull that in, it really kind of informs me well. So anyway, I would just really encourage you guys, when it comes to this, the mental patterns that we play and the freedoms that we can have. And so the more I'm doing this, the more I want to see you guys break through. Break through, not only just like that the numbers work out. That's great. I would love to see you be all, be billionaires in this. I don't know. That'd be great. But really, I just want to see the mental breakthroughs where it's like, oh man, that you can live out the potential that I think each of you has. Okay, thumbs up. We're good. Makes sense. All right. So I stop the share, and I go back to the other one. Boom. Boom. All right, Stephanie, are you on the line, my dear?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can. Lovely. Look at, you're not in your bed. Like normally,
No.
You've got like the background of the pillows behind you.
Yep.
Right. It's an earlier night or a lighter night, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Steph, what do we got coming up next week?
Sean Week.
What?
I know. Isn't he awesome?
Come on, y'all. Let's go.
Okay. So you want me to talk about challenge group then?
Go.
Okay. So I think we've all kind of been talking, a lot of us anyway, on the message, on the message strand about coming together as a team and putting together a challenge group with all of us. So some of you may or may not have seen the message strand where we were kind of going back and forth a little bit and how we were going to go about that. So what we are going to do, I believe Claire has already set up a group for us, right?
Yep.
But everybody needs to do their own invites. So whether you want to set up your own event to find out who you're going to put into the group, or you are going to personally message people, you need to kind of do that on your own so we can all keep that separate, because we all need to track our own people and not just throw them in randomly and get, lose track of who's got who. So I would encourage everybody, since it's Monday night, that would be a great night to start your invites if you haven't already. At least at a minimum, what I will do is just set up an event and just invite people. So at least they can maybe look at it. Not everybody's going to digest it, and then start following up with people tomorrow, every day. Because, a lot of the people, even when we start on Monday and we're following up with them, they're going to be like, oh, I never saw that. Yep. So we need to do that tonight. And then as far as the actual group itself, we'll just divide and conquer. I think coaches are going to participate. I think every coach is participating or has challengers in there should do some type of posting, because your people want to see you posting in there. You're their coach. So we've got 7 days at least, plus maybe a prep day or two. So I don't know how many coaches, but it'd be nice to have at least 7 participate. So we get, a little bit of a different perspective from all coaches. And my thought was just kind of follow along with the standard theme every day, like many of us do in our coaching or in our challenge group anyway. What I mean by the themes is, the typical themes, I think, is like Monday, Motivation Monday. Tuesday, I think this differs a little bit, but I do Tuesday, tips and tricks. Wacky Wednesday. Thirsty Thursday. Fitness Friday. And then something along the lines of meal prep and recovery on Saturday and Sunday. We're going to be kind of working
You're really breaking up again, girl.
I am? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Maybe I'll come a little closer to the microphone.
Better.
Okay. All right. So that's, what I've had in mind. So it's not overly complicated. I mean, I think I don't think we need to add much. It's my opinion, but I don't think we need to add much more. I mean, the workouts will speak for themselves, and if we do a post with a little bit of a theme in there, just have to engage the people and start forming those relationships. That's the point of this challenge, is forming those relationships so that we can earn their trust and hopefully move them along to a premium challenge.
Yep. And I think, guys, the biggest thing that I've heard, it's just why we're gonna do some real specific free group training soon. Again, I got some really great stuff from Joe Carden. We met last week about free challenges and just ways to encourage the engagement. And that, so you've got like a couple coaches. Let's say a couple coaches are running a free challenge, and then you've got all these challengers. The two coaches engaging these people only is not enough. What has to happen, these people have to engage each other, okay? And so we have to ultimately incentivize the idea of engagement with each other. And when that happens, guys, that's how people start to see it as a true fit tribe. When they go, there's other people in here like me, or sort of like me, right? Within reason on that. And I think the more we can get that to happen, that's where people start to they go, hey, I kind of like this stuff. This is neat. Because if it's just the workouts or whatever, they can still do that kind of on their own. But when they see it as part of a bigger thing, I think it really makes a big difference. So that's good stuff. Good. Mm-hmm. And so, guys, I wanted to cover one quick thing here, just real quick slide on this. So the point ultimately is to get more people in your funnel, right? The whole point is you got to build some trust and some relationships, and you got to ask people. Jen Kuntz, if you guys ever checked out, Jen and I are talking tomorrow. We're doing a little specific thing with her. But Jen, have you watched any of Jen's social media stuff lately? It's epic. She is killing it in terms of attractional. She's getting this, but she's not currently, and we talked about it already, so I'm not throwing her under the bus here, but she's not getting people to take a next step with her, okay? And you can create all the buzz and trust potential that you want, but ultimately, if we're not helping people take a next step with us and trusting us in the journey, and I'm not saying that's not all for naught, because relationships are great and it just takes some time, but what we really need to having people take steps with us, and how that transfer from, hey, I know you, I sort of trust you, and now it's like, well, hey, come take a step with me. That's where we want to get people, and that's what this is. It's the beginning step, right, guys? And just being real, this is a little bit bigger step. So it's more than a flat-out free challenge, because just so you know, everybody who signs up for this is going to have to put in their credit card number into an account. Okay, I'm sorry to say. That's going to be, and then that might be a hurdle for some people. That might be, but now, you can take here's two postures. Ready? Posture number one. Guys, we're doing the Sean Week thing, and they go, oh, well, hey, well, how do I do this? Well, yeah. Well, you have to put your credit card number in there. I know it's kind of a hassle, and I know, it's really a pain, and I know, like, you see where I'm going, and they're like, oh, and I know it can take a little bit of time, but it's so worth. No. Other way. Number two, rewind back in. Oh, hey, we do this Sean Week thing. You get 14 days. It's free trial. And here's the cool thing is, it just takes a quick sign up. Yes, you do have to put a credit card in there, but they will not charge you. I promise. I'm going to make sure we put a thing. If you don't like it, you don't want to continue on after that, we'll make sure you absolutely don't get charged. Okay. And that's we'll put a reminder. I think that's great. Or something, you know what I mean? Go that direction versus, oh, I'm so apologetic about but just don't make it a big. If you don't make it a big deal, they won't make it a big deal. Those of you who are moms, remember this day, okay? When your kid falls down, and you make a big deal about the fall down. What does the kid do? They make a big deal out of it. Oh my gosh, are you hurt? Are you dying? Like, oh, no big deal. Oh, you're fine. You're doing fine. And, there's a scuff, whatever. Anyway, there we go.
I agree. I even tell people, if you really want me to, I will remind you to cancel.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I will let you know. If it really bothers you, I promise you, I will send you a message reminder.
You see, and that's just the posture you take that says, I'm a professional. I'll make sure you're taken care of. Right? Versus, oh, I'm apologetic, right? Who to invite, guys? I would encourage you, particularly some of you who, if you have any Success Club leads, okay? If you had any Success Club leads who have signed up for BOD but have never done any kind of a challenge with you, this would be a great time to start to build a relationship in addition to outside people.
And we got an email on that. We got an email.
Yep, absolutely. So email those people that are on that list for you, okay? And that's really, really great. And it doesn't, the cool thing is now, remember, Steph, your whole point on that was, are they all access or are they not? It doesn't matter anymore, right? So, yeah, this is great. How to invite, okay? I'm going to go flip here real fast. I just posted this in the Coach Club because, I don't know if you guys saw this, but it was an invite script for the Sean Week, okay? I'm going to read it to you. You can modify this however you would want. You can. I wouldn't probably make it a heck of a lot longer than this because this is actually pretty long, but it's a little bit unique. So, hey, whoever it is, why don't you check in with you, see how things were going, and invite you to join a bunch of us from my team in a fun, free 7-day fitness kickstart group that's part of Beachbody's Sean Week. Our online trainer for the week is going to be Sean T from Focus T25 and Insanity. Notice I put Focus T25 first because some people freak out by Insanity. And I literally, this next sentence, you might be scared by this, but trust me that they will provide modifications for all ability levels. Okay, very important because people think Insanity and it literally, like, I have not done anything. Okay. Are you interested in hearing, you interested in hearing some details about our free support group that's going to provide the extra motivation? Sure, that's it. Now, I always like to leave the ending very clear. So the questions at the end, don't go extra motivation. Love to hear from you soon. That would be great. Blah, 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 blah. Like extra, it doesn't elicit an immediate response. Question at the very last part of the message. You interested in hearing some motivation? Bam, question. Okay? And again, you can use whatever you want, but I wanted to give you an example that I would use, or that I'm using, actually. To help make this happen. Of course, I've got my event set up as well, and I've been inviting to that as well. Okay, particularly if I've had past challenges and all my free group people, I'm totally inviting to this as well. Okay, good stuff. Any questions about that? Any questions for Steph? Like, how do we get in the group? Is everybody in the group that needs to be in the group, that wants to be in the group so far?
How many coaches do we have involved?
I think we had like 11 so far.
Okay.
So, but if there's anybody more who wants to be part of that, we'd love to have you guys. Okay.
We just need to figure out who's going to post what day.
Yep. Can't be everybody. So that's okay. But the big thing is helping the engagement. And so I would say particularly like right out of the gate, and we'll talk to Brandy about this because I think she was going to take day one. Motivation Mondays that we want. And even before that, actually the prep week stuff, we need to start figuring out when we're going to do prep week. That Beachbody sent us a whole week of prep stuff that we've got, or there's an actual posts. So you can do
There is?
Yeah.
For Sean T Week?
Yeah, Sean T Week is just like a challenge guide. So yeah, Claire posted it in the coach strand.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's very, very well covered. So good stuff. All right, kids. So let's move on. Masterminding. Okay, so Mastermind is basically a place where we take our minds and we master them. No, I don't know. We put them together to mastermind. I guess, boy, that's really descriptive and helpful. But no, what we're trying to do is just to really help us to kind of best practices shares, places where people are stuck, like we mentioned, getting unstuck, and really want to help people get to that, get to the next level with their business. Okay, so we're going to get rolling right into this. And I'm going to ask people, what's working? What's working for you right now in your business? And honestly, something's got to be working. Something. So you got to be able to share something. And we're just going to kind of open it up. And you can only take maybe about a 30 seconds or so to 45 seconds if you guys are okay with that. I just want to make sure that we've got enough time for people. And, did somebody hit the chat? How do we coaches sign up? We'll make sure, Claire, if you're on, is Claire on? I don't know if I saw her. There's Claire. So Claire, if you want to or Steph, if you guys want to put Linda in on that group, that would be great. Deal. All right. So let's hear from you. What's working for you a little bit? Debbie, I'm going to put you on the spot, can I? Because I see you. You just started something new, so something's working a little bit, at least right now, yeah? I can't hear you.
Okay, there I am.
There you are.
Okay. So right now we're doing a free challenge, and Linda and I are doing it together, and we've had some pretty good feedback from it, and today's day one, but we've had a lot of posting and communication going on, and that's worked really well for us today.
And it's a water challenge, right?
Yes.
Good. Awesome. All right. Next. You. Andy, how about you? What's going on? I see you next.
Let's see. Well, probably what's been working for me lately is I've just started opening up and talking to people about what, like Robin and I were running buddies, and just one day when we were running together, I just kind of started talking to her about it, and not being as afraid, I guess, to share, my experience with her. And so some other running people I've just been kind of talking with about it too. So that's working.
Good deal. Yeah, and that's courageous stuff. Initially, guys, especially when you're like worried, especially you're like, when the underlying question, this is what I think Tony Robbins particularly talks about, is everybody's got that underlying question when it comes to fear about doing something. So the underlying question is, will you still like me? If I mention this, will you still like me? Right? That's kind of the big
That was always
yeah. And truly, guys, I'm just going to be real with you on that. Like, if you ask somebody on this, and if you ask, especially if you asked any type of true friend, who you ask, hey, we're trying to join this, and they said no, that friendship should stay intact. Because if it doesn't, based on one ask, I'm really going, is that really a friendship anyway? You know what I mean? I don't mean to be mean, but like truly, guys, and it's not like you, and again, if you're not pushy about it and like crazy about it, but just like a genuine nice ask, it was like, wow, it's not that, yeah. Anyway,
Right.
So.
Right. It just came up like when we were running together. So a lot of times I'm afraid to talk because I don't want people to think I'm pushing it on them or trying to sell them on. But, it just came up in conversation. So, and I wasn't afraid to roll with it. Like I guess sometimes am. So.
All right. Let's see. Who's got, so Kate, let's hear from you, my dear.
Well, I have started a free challenge with just a couple of my best buds. And so there are 3 in my group, and we are going deep. We are really working on behavior change. And we've only been doing it for a few days, but so far everybody's gotten something, at least a little bit of progress as far as making better choices as of day 1. So that's as far as I've gone, but that's great for me.
Well, the fact that you set up a group, Kate, and this is like you got people on Shakeology, right? Too, yeah.
Well, I have 2. My mom is doing Shakeology, which, by the way, for the MS has been amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So great.
And then next is Dad, because he needs the brain thing. And then I have a friend who's
That's amazing.
I have a friend who's diabetic who started it, and she's lost 3 pounds, and her sugar's been under control the whole time.
So
really exciting. Yeah, my group is just a free Facebook group, but it's been good.
No, that's great. Oh, awesome. So great about your mom. Oh my gosh. Guys, Kate's mom was a mentor of mine, which is really amazing. Back in the day when I was choir director, Mr. V back in the day. I was Mr. V to Kate back in the day. And Kate was like, seriously, probably my best student. I would say that. My bestest. But anyway, but yeah, her mom just had struggled like for 30 years now. Easy with MS. So it's neat to hear. That's amazing. Hey, Jen, let's hear from you.
I would have to say what's working for me is, like you said, just not caring who doesn't like what I post. Just being my authentic self and sharing like my running for the first time. I'm not a runner. It was hilarious to me. I laughed at myself. I got to the halfway mark and I was like, oh, I can do this. It was a funny, but it was a real struggle, but it was a real thing to me. And just sharing that is it's engaging people more, sharing more of my life, and just not caring what other people think. Like, this is me, this is who I want to be. And it's working. You know, people actually, they like seeing real life, you know, and real life struggles. So
guys, I would, man, if we could all think, now here's the catch on that. That's so difficult, because so many of us are worried that our stories aren't interesting enough, right? You go, I'm kind of doing the same thing, particularly like I'm looking both of you side by side. So Kate and Jen, your moms, and the routine is sort of routine to some degree, right? So like, what's new and exciting in our world, right, to share? And so but I think that's where you have to dig a little bit deeper, and just think a little bit more. And that's why it's important for like you to be feeding your brain somehow other than Elmo or something, right? So that you're actually getting some kind of a life, you know, that's why personal development, so you're able to share it. But yeah, I would say, so guys, just be willing to share the normal everyday stuff, but do try to find a spin that is somewhat interesting. And Jen, I think you're doing a really great job with that, so that's good stuff. All right, we got to move on. Hey, Bonnie, let's hear from you real quick.
Okay, the thing that I think is working for me right now is at work. More and more people are saying, hey, Bonnie, look, I have lemons in my water today. So they actually have water instead of pop and lemons in it, because I'm a lemon water person at work. And a couple of people are asking, well, what do you do for this? What do you do for that? You know, when it comes to nutrition things. So they do take notice.
Yeah.
So that's going good right now.
That's great.
I'm fighting the keto people, though.
Oh.
There's a ton of them, too.
Well, and, you know, I think just the whole point is they'll be, and they will get quick results, but then you just got to just keep track. Okay, how long are you going to stick with that?
Yeah.
It comes around, which it almost will. We need, I'll get something outside. I'll be right back. Okay, heard something outside. Oh, gosh. Robin. Okay, Claire, are you there, girl? I don't know if she is. Who's the 305 number, guys? 305. Hello, 305. Whoops.
Hey.
Hey, who's this?
305 is me, Leslie.
Hey, Leslie, girl. So what's working for you, girl?
Well, I have to piggyback on what she just said. Definitely, I am getting more folks that watch what I eat at lunch. And just today there was a comment about my lunch. Oh, it looks so healthy, you know. I have more of those. I have more questions. And sometimes it's a challenge because I can be in the middle of other things at work in my office. And certain people may pop in and ask random questions, but I try to answer them as best I can at the time. I'm also definitely, I think, telling my story more on social media and kind of following your advice, Dan, as it relates to stacking and posting on Facebook by stacking too much and not having my Beachbody post, so to speak, in the immediate feed or visible.
Gotcha.
So those are some of the things that being as consistent as I can with my own working out and just sharing that.
Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, and I think the more guys, that's that last piece that she said there. The more we're engaged in it still. In making progress, and again, it's not perfect. It's progress over perfect, or present over perfect, depending on which. Now that we're reading the book too, but is really important. I had a rougher weekend. I was traveling so much. I had a rougher weekend, but now I'm back at it today. So that's great stuff. And it's got to be that for me, guys. We can't live a lifestyle where we're like on a diet diet, like doing the containers 100% every day for the rest of our lives. Sorry, that's not sustainable, right? So there's going to be seasons when you go on it a little bit more, and there's going to be seasons when you go off it a little bit more, and that's totally cool. That's totally cool. So it's just part of being in a lifestyle. So can I give everybody that moment of like general absolution? Like if like, we don't have to use our containers every moment. It's okay. It's all right. You'll be okay. All right, Linda, last from you, and then we'll get on to some stuckness.
Okay, for me, I spend a lot of time talking to people. I was hoping to talk with a lady that I met at a grocery store. I don't really know much about her, but I saw a texting that she was doing on Facebook, and it was, she was saying what she couldn't eat, and she couldn't eat a whole lot. And so I asked her, I said, so what are you doing to eat? You know, what are you eating? Because I know she has high blood pressure. She's close to, her heart rate isn't very good. She has high triglycerides, and she's diabetic. So she says she doesn't like meat, she doesn't like vegetables, she doesn't like this and that. And I'm going, well, you got to eat something. So I was going to sit down and kind of show her some of the things that she could eat instead of what she thought she couldn't eat.
Yeah.
But she ended up being sick today.
Okay.
So I guess I spent a lot of time just sitting down one-on-one with people. I have a hard time texting or I like the face-to-face contact with people.
Honestly, that's great. Yeah, I wouldn't apologize for this.
Yeah. But none of them are signing up yet either. So it's just.
It can take a little bit. That approach can take a little bit more to establish because that relational side. But yes, that is. But yeah. All right. I am gonna. So Steph, are you there? Stephanie?
I'm here.
Great. Would you mind helping us? I would love it if there's someone who feels that they're stuck on something. I would love it if I have to go get my charger cord. My phone or my computer has less power than I thought it did. But if you wouldn't mind starting us on like who's stuck and what suggestions can the group sort of have towards that? Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah. So who wants to share first? Anybody? Like, go ahead, Steph. You can take that.
All right. Who's up? You're going to have to unmute yourself because I don't think I can unmute anybody. Nobody's having any? Oh, Robin?
I'm brand new, so I have nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Stuck? Anybody?
Are we talking about struggles right now?
I just think, yeah, in general, whether it's with, as it probably relates to the business.
Okay, so I guess I got a question. Is summertime normally a little bit slower? Because I've noticed more people dropping off more than wanting to be engaged. It's like after the holidays, people are like, man, I want to lose weight. I want to get in shape. And then the summer comes and they just they do the complete opposite. You think they would be wanting to do more of, getting active,
Oh yeah, I find everybody's busy, right?
Right. Is that what it is? Everybody's just busy. I guess my biggest problem right now is just trying to get the engagement and actually people to just commit. I cannot get people to commit to save my life right now. So, I don't know if you
agree. I think that's, please don't. Really don't. Yeah, I find that to be the case too. And a lot of people just don't want to commit because, I'm going on vacation next month, or, everybody's going on vacation. Everybody's got parties. They're entertaining. They're this, they're that. And I don't know about you guys, but I just, I've got like a 60-day challenge going on right now. And of course there's going to be vacations come up.
Right.
Of course there's going to be happenings. And I just keep stressing, hey, that's going to be true of all of us, that this is a real life journey that we're taking. It's real life. That's always going to happen. There's never going to be a perfect time, right, to do this.
Yeah, that's it. There's not a perfect
thing going on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
what do you do? I'm still working on it.
Yeah. Anybody else on that too? Anybody else having those same struggles, hearing those same things? I know there's got to be somebody else out there that's coming across those same obstacles.
I still come across the money obstacles.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like no one seems to have money.
Yeah, that's here too. My stepmom dropped off real fast because she's like, I'm saving money. And I'm like, I know what you have in the bank. But, you know, at the same time, I'm like, okay, you know, just got to listen and let it be.
Right. And there are some people that I found that, you know, they really, really, really want to do this, and maybe they can only do it that first month. And
Yeah, exactly.
they're on their own. And, you know, at least, you know, if you can get them to, of course you're going to say, hey, you can save some money by being a coach if you want to continue on, but
yeah,
you're still helping people.
Been trying that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
the only other thing is engagement in the groups. Just hoping to talk about that more tomorrow with Dan, but yeah, just keeping people engaged with each other, not just us, but with each other.
So what does that
right?
Look? So what do you guys do to encourage that? I know what I do, but I want to hear what you guys what are you trying to do? So Jen, let's hear from you. Like, what have you?
Oh, are you talking in our challenge groups?
Yeah, is that what you're saying?
Oh, actually, our prep week just started today.
Okay.
But you know, and I actually will message everybody privately and before I start and just give them ideas that, you know, hey, I really want you guys to engage with other people. You know, they're on their journey too. You know, the motivation from each other really helps build the enthusiasm in the group. And, you know, it goes good for the first few days, you know, and then I try to comment on there to try to keep them engaged. Like, oh, you know, hey, did you see so-and-so? You know, she's got the same thing going on, you know. Sure. I don't know how to explain that in
Oh, that's good. That makes
sense.
But
other than that, just really need some tips on how to keep, you know, to make them not so shy of each other in the group. So that's kind of right.
Sorry, I was just going to chime in to let Brandy and I and our group that we just started today, we're going to incorporate the, I don't know if all of you have seen on David Ingram's SimFit site, he has a scorecard, an accountability scorecard that kind of follows through like with our 12-week year in there. And we're incorporating in a Zoom call. We're going to, I mean, we're not sure how we're going to follow it out yet, but tomorrow I'm going to ask people to give us some ideas of what day and what times work for them so we can group people and do a Zoom call to go over their scorecard together and kind of talk about what works with them and what didn't work. But I'm kind of hoping it will give people more of a face-to-face and more of a talking with each other. I know it's not within the challenge group itself, but I'm, you know, kind of, this is new. I don't know, we never tried it, but I'm hoping it'll give people more of a sense of a team together and more of a, you know, who's on our team, who are we talking to kind of feel.
Yeah, and it makes them feel personal, you know, that they are a part of the team. I like that.
I think also, guys, whenever we can get like especially today, and I'm gonna follow up with people on these live videos where I ask people to say why. So today, particularly on our first day, was like I want to know why are you worth this next 21 days? That was the ask. Versus what is your goal? We've asked that one a lot. I've asked that one a lot. What's your why? But why are you worth this next 21 days? Very specifically, why are you worth it? And I think that the answers have been very different. Like they've been different. Would you agree? I mean, there's still some themes that are the same, Linda. You could probably say in some of that. But it's cool to get that. And when people start to see each other, and I'm just going to make sure I keep on that, is like, oh, hey, just making sure, want to make sure we get that part of it. Because it's the human, and again, it's more the human aspect of this versus, you know, the worst part of a group is just a check-in board, right? Where we could just use the tracker app and just and not do anything with talking to each other, but just I just check my Shakeology off and I just check my workout off. That's all I do. That's you know, and of course that. So for me, now Steph, I don't know about you, but I want to actually say, guys, it's expected. It's expected that you do this. That you actually, that was Jen, the words that I was actually wanting to give you. And just think about the posture that you're not a jerk about it, but you come up to the point of where it's like, you know what, guys, I'm expecting you to participate in this group as you would encourage each other. At least 2 to 3 quick comments or something like that, just to encourage one another. And guys, and then part of the deal is that you can go, I'm going to challenge everybody to do, and this is where you can incentivize. I'm going to give away a free pair of athletic socks. I'm going to give some socks here for everybody today who hits 5 encourages, you know, or whatever, just 5 different comments or something like that. And it's, of course, on the honor system. Nobody's going to lie about them being an encourager, right? I mean, who cares? But it's like just a little fun thing. Hey, encouragement prize or whatever, something like that might get some potential engagement for us. And that's what I'm actually going to do tomorrow. So, man, that's that. Who else?
Yeah, I do like shout outs in the group too. Just call somebody out. And it doesn't have to be, specifically related to a health or fitness goal. But, we had one gal that her daughter got married. And so I did a shout out to her and put a picture of her in the message stream. And of course, everybody's like, oh, you look so beautiful, but it was just got everybody talking, got everybody communicating. I feel like we are feeling a little more cohesive in our group when we do things like that.
Yep. Birthdays are huge. If there's somebody is in the group has a birthday, that's a good thing to potentially shout out. I don't always get to them, I'll be honest. So I figure our groups get sometimes. Linda, sorry. I know.
No, I was just thinking, I noticed in some of our groups lately, we have people who show vulnerability.
Yeah.
And once they show that vulnerability, I think you hear a lot of people responding and then saying, I'm going through the same thing.
Yes.
And and maybe that's, as a coach, I need to maybe be more vulnerable to show them that, I'm going through this thing. I haven't made it yet. As you said, we haven't made it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what I've seen in our groups. It's been kind of neat to see people become more vulnerable, and therefore you develop a relationship when you see someone else is struggling with the same thing.
And guys, so here, this is like an example I would give to you. Like, there is the power of vulnerability. Power of vulnerability. Brene Brown is actually an author who wrote a whole book on this. It's called Daring Greatly. That's the name of the book. But it's the power of vulnerability, and ultimately when you are vulnerable now there's a difference between oversharing, and it becomes kind of that actually pushes people away. But in a good way, being vulnerable actually creates a trust to the leader, and it creates a culture and an environment. So and it's funny because what I use the tool of self-deprecation a little bit. Okay, self-deprecation is I'll make some joke about my bald head or what, those kind of a little bit of self-deprecating kind of things, or something like that can start to build some degree of trust. Now it's like, man, sometimes that chocolate kills me. I love chocolate, or whatever your thing is. Like, oh my gosh, I love this, guys, and I'm still struggling with it. It's I love it, but Shakeology is helping. But sometimes I still struggle with the chocolate thing. You know what I mean? So it's like, and yeah, so that's me too. Yeah, me too. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. So that's good. All right. Let's see what else. What other issues? Where are we stuck? So that's challenges. Anything about like your funnel, getting people in, getting new people? No one struggles with that ever. So we can probably just like.
I constantly struggle with that.
Yeah.
And I just need to reach out more, I think. Build my build my space in my circle.
Yeah. Did you guys all see Aaron Young National Wake Up Call today, guys? Very important call to listen to. It's why she talks about why new conversations matter so much. Okay, so if you haven't listened to that one, I would really, really recommend it. She's actually an Indiana coach. She's here on our market council. She's part of that. So if you do go down to Super Saturdays, if you're in Indiana, you would get a chance to see her. But she's I think 11 star, and she's really, really good. So that's a good one. In those new conversations, guys, I know initially. So okay, I'm gonna ask you this question: does that sometimes feel a little forced or awkward on occasion? Anybody? A little bit? Maybe not. Okay.
Sometimes I think it feels more awkward to throw out for me it's like a full script, because when I get full script, sometimes I feel a little awkward to respond.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But I think, when we're engaging in posts and just going, hey, oh, that's awesome. Wow. Oh, yeah. What'd you do there? And that's just being human, right? It doesn't have to be a coach. It can be human. We can be human and a coach simultaneously. Amazing. That's good. And guys, really, I want to encourage you when it does come, and hopefully this going to try to put this together in the next few days here, but this a little bit more of an outline as it relates to free challenges, and because I think it will help with the Sean T challenge or the Sean Week challenge. The fact that we need to get incentivize what we're really looking for to some degree, and it can be really stupid things. It can be a straw. You win this straw. It's amazing. But that idea of having some just really small stuff. And by the way, I made a new rule for myself because I am the worst swag giver ever, because I have stuff and I don't get it out in time because I let it build up, and then because I never make it to the stinking post office. So I am all Amazon Prime now. Or if I can't mail it to my house, it's Amazon Prime. And I found like $5 stuff on Amazon Prime now. And I'm like, dude, I'm all over that. And I'll even spend $10 just to not hassle. Because sometimes you buy something for $5 and then it costs $5 to ship it. So why not spend the $10 on Amazon Prime and it's gone and you're done with it? So anyway, that's my new rule.
I agree. I'm never shipping out Shakeology cups again.
Oh, I made the mistake and I bought 6 more, but anyway.
They're awkward to ship.
Yeah, no kidding. So, okay, guys. What else? Just somebody and anybody else. Just open up. Last couple minutes we've got here left. Everybody's business is perfect. Fantastic. They're all 15 stars.
I was talking to somebody today, and I get where they're coming from about the whole, multi-level marketing thing.
Sure.
And my response back to them was, maybe it was a little challenging, but I said, well, when you go into Walmart and you buy Oreo cookies, it's the same thing. Yep. It's just, you're the customer. You go into Walmart, they're trying to sell you something. Well, they make a profit off the Oreos, and then whoever they get the Oreos distributed from, and then whoever the manufacturers, it's the same thing. It's just, we don't think twice about going to the grocery store.
Yep.
So I don't know if that's a good way maybe to kind of challenge their thinking a little bit. Now, granted, with, many people, that's not going to be good. Some people are going to take offense to it. I mean, but I don't know, maybe somebody else has a better solution, or maybe something that's worked better.
Who's got something to say for Robin? I have something, but I don't want to share right away because I know you guys are good at this. So what would you say when somebody brings up the or the pyramid scheme?
Pyramid scheme, yeah.
Come on, somebody.
Well, I don't know. Like Robin and I had can you hear me? Sorry. Robin and I talked the other day, and we talked about this yesterday, and I kind of just said it is a multi-level marketing, but the difference in what we do is that we don't just sell a product and walk away. We're actually providing you with a service. We're keeping up with you. We're helping you. We're I can't remember all the wordings I use, but it's not like, Pampered Chef where we sell you a knife and then we walk away and never help you again. We're actually helping you with a quality product and making sure you see results.
Yeah, well, and a lifestyle too, which does make it a little bit more difficult. And we've talked, Steph and I were just talking about this, but it's just it does make it harder to do. And it's easier to sell a knife, right, to somebody and go, it's a quick one sale thing. But the truth is, for the most part, most people, it's pretty much a knife. That's all you got, right? And so, but over time. So real quick on that, Robin, is really long and short of it is that pyramid schemes, of course, are illegal. Okay, so this isn't a pyramid scheme, which is great. And like you mentioned, truly every business is some form of a there is a person on the top who tends to get paid more. The president gets paid more than the person in the mailroom, right? That's what happens. But they're all part of this bigger thing. So you just decide who's going to be at the top of that. And that's what a network marketing sort of does. Now, even within our network marketing world, obviously Carl Deichler is sort of president, so he's making some pretty good change. when it comes to this. But I think giving us all the ability to share in that profit a little bit more is pretty cool. And the fact that there's no cap, too. That's just the business side of it. But then when it comes to like how that works with actually helping people connect with what we do, really the fact is we're a triple A plus rated business Better Business Bureau company. We just don't have issues that don't get resolved. Put it that way. So it's, not everybody's happy every moment, but we generally try to resolve those issues if there are any, and things like that. And then beyond that, it's just a matter of like, usually there's some baggage that relates to that they've had issues in the past. And just go, yeah, well, okay. So it sounds like you've had some issues in the past, and all you need to go is just like, so what was that about? And then just have them talk it through with you. Oh yeah, I was someone with the Amway and they did this thing and blah, 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 and or whatever. And you can kind of sort of talk it through. Just go, okay, well, my hope is that our relationship would be such that, you'd be able to trust me. And of course, like the 30-day money back guarantee on just about in anything we do. Even if someone signs up to be a coach, 30-day money back guarantee on anything. So. All right, well, guys, I think we got a roll. It's been good. I hope this has been helpful. And we've got kind of talking through some things. My hope is that guys will continue to develop what it means to make this happen as a team. And if you guys, if we do have questions and we do have stuff like that, the Coach Club is always the place where you can post this kind of stuff. You got something we're struggling through. That's what the Coach Club's all about. Okay, and it doesn't even necessarily limit to like message strands. That's where the Coach Club itself can really start to play into some of that. Now, everybody, I would really challenge you to take some time tonight, like Stephanie told us, is to actually go and invite some people to the Sean Week thing. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have fun. We're going to really try to create some great energy around it. So go ahead and use that script in the Coach Club. You can find it. It should be probably one of the top or the first Go Team Coach Club. You'll see it, and that'll help you potentially have some words that you can use. Okay? So if that helps, I hope it was helpful, guys. And I will post a recording for other folks. So if you need, I'll post it in the Coach Club, maybe tonight even, and then you can always tag your downlines or people who were not on the call. All right. Well, thanks, people. Good job. Let's rock this and have a great evening, great week. Peace out.